We will move on now next to our next segment, and that would be the OCR package. We're wanting to crown someone the king of 2022 when it comes to OCR for the blind. So we're talking about those that are especially tailored to the blind. We're not talking about things like Adobe Scan and all of that, but we're talking about OCR packages that are especially intended for the blind. And I'm looking at you, the likes of Lookout by Google, Envision, Kaibo, ID, ICANN, Audible, Vision. Guys, help me with some of those. I don't want Super Sense. There we go. Speak, even though Speak, I don't know what's going on with Speak these days. We haven't seen any updates.
Sullivan Plus.
Sullivan Plus.
And
There you go.
Bixby Vision. Bixby Vision actually has some accessibility
Vision,
features you
yeah.
can turn
It's
on.
using Seeing AI, I think, for the API.
Good. So that's the segment now that we want to talk about. You guys, so let's say on a scale of 1 to 5, and that's how we're going to rate these things. We'll start with you, Gary. Envision, what would you give it?
4.
Lookout.
4.
Do you use Audible Vision?
No.
Do you use ICANN?
No.
Do you use ID?
Not lately, but I'll give it a 3.
How about One Step, whatever used to be KNFB Reader?
2.
How about Leger, which is the voice?
I have not used that, so
voice dream
can't
scanner.
comment. I can't comment on that one.
Okay. How about Speak?
3.
Do you use Kaibo?
No.
Is there another one I'm forgetting that I
SuperSense.
mentioned?
SuperSense.
SuperSense.
4. And that's it.
So you got 3
Sullivan Plus.
that have a tie. So
Yep.
Lookout, Envision, SuperSense all have a 4.
Yep. So I'm torn.
You are torn.
I'm gonna just say before you have to ask me all these questions. I only have ever used Lookout. I'm not kidding. It works good for me, so I just use Lookout. Well, I'd give it a 4 though. Sometimes
Lookout lately with the text mode is not the best. That's why I'm giving it a 4. If that was fixed, if a few things were fixed, I would give it a 5.
What do you not like about the text mode?
Like the text mode is not accurate. If you try to do it, it takes like 5. Depends on the thing, the task at hand. Sometimes it takes longer to recognize compared to the others, like SuperSense or Envision that I gave it a 4 as well. So
the problem
it
I
didn't
have
used
with
to be like that.
no,
It was
very
quick.
quick. It was like you point the camera and it would boom right away. It start recognizing.
I've had the issues I have with it are sometimes it'll tell me the wrong food. And it's like not even close. Like I'll be holding up a can of soda and it'll be like Frank's hot sauce 6-pack variety pack, and I'm like, no, this is a can of soda. And then I'll scan it again and it'll get it right the second time. So
it's just
I don't know what
the database problem.
So see, I never had any problems with the food labels with Lookout. It's all worked out very well for me. It's like Gary said, the text thing. Sometimes it takes it a little bit longer than what it used to be, and I don't know what the deal is. Poland. That's my potato head boy.
Yeah.
Which one? What would you give Lookout? Do you use Lookout?
Yeah, I love Lookout. It never has disappointed me, especially in what I'm doing. So, retro phones. So I'm pointing it at the display, and that way I'm navigating through menus and going to ringtones and listening to that fancy stuff, And it never disappointed me. Also, I was reading the boot menu on my computer with that. So, yeah, it does everything.
So what rating would you give it on a scale of 1 to 5?
5.
How about Envision on a scale of 1 to 5?
With Envision, I have that problem when it kind of reads one thing and it kind of buffers things. So it doesn't like read something instantly when it changes. So I would give it 4.
A 4. Do you use Super Sense?
No.
Do you use Kaibo?
I tried, but I didn't try the OCR.
Okay. Do you use Leger, aka Voice Dream Scanner?
No.
How about One Step Reader, aka KNFB Reader?
For me, it's more for books and letters than things that I do, so no.
Do you use Audible Vision?
I also tried, but not the OCR.
I can.
No.
Speak.
Speak didn't really work for me. I would give it 2.
Okay. I think those are the
we also have that Sullivan Plus.
Oh, Sullivan. Oh yeah, guys,
that was the
where
first
would you
one
guys
I was
put the
using.
Sullivan? Okay, I think Austin has gone to bed. I was gonna go to Austin, but probably Austin has curled up in bed. Austin?
He was also having internet issues. His fiber was going in and out earlier, so that might be the case.
So yeah, their fiber is out. Let's move on to Talha. Talha, how about you? Let's start with Lookout. Do you use Lookout?
Okay, so I've used most of them, but not all of them. And instead of going through them one by one, I'm just going to say that I kind of have 2 categories. So let's say if I want an app to describe a particular scene within an image, I use an app called TapTapC, and that in the past 3 years has never disappointed me. It always gets it right, and it gives me the exact information I'm looking for. But when it comes to reading texts and extracting text from images, I would have to say InVision AI gets a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I like Lookout.
Okay, so you are giving it. Hang on, are you giving InVision a 4 or 5-star rating?
I'm going in at 4.5 to InVision
4.5
when it comes to
I don't know. Do we have half stars?
Why not?
If we don't, then I guess if we don't, then I'm going to have to give it a 5.
So it's either 4 or 5.
That's a 5. Okay, it's a 5.
Do you use Lookout?
Yeah, Lookout. So I don't really use a high-end phone. So Lookout, when I did try using it, it wasn't all that snappy on my phone. So in terms of usability, I couldn't, get around to using it all that much. But for the amount that I did use it, I liked it, so I would give it a 3.
Okay. How about SuperSense? Do you use it, or have you tried it?
Also, I would give it a 2. I was a bit disappointed with its outcome, and also it's pretty heavy. I think it's more than 100 megabytes.
Heavy stuff, huh?
On the lower end phones, I'm not on lower end phones. It doesn't work as it's not as fast and as snappy since we don't have very efficient chipsets within the phone, so that kind of goes against it.
InVision does not support anything lower than Nougat, while on the other hand, Lookout will support anything from Marshmallow and upwards.
But actually, when it comes to lower end phones, I mean when it comes to budget, mid-rangers, and flagships. So right now I have a 2020 smartphone. It's got a Helio P65 chipset, and it's not the strongest, it's not the fastest, but it handles all the other apps you mentioned, like InVision, TapTapC, Sullivan Plus. It handles them well, but Outlook seems to not Outlook, Lookout seems to lag for some reason.
Yeah, I'm just mentioning here in passing that when it comes to OS support, the one that goes down to the lowest would be Lookout, as
He's
it
not
supports
talking
up
about
to
OS. He's talking about processor.
No, yeah, I understand it, but I'm just mentioning here that InVision does not support Marshmallow, for example. So if anyone has any phone that is Marshmallow, don't even bother about installing InVision on it.
Sullivan Plus worked on Android 5. I've installed it on my Galaxy S4.
That's right. I think it probably even works on Jello bean. I don't know. I have to look at the API, see what they say it supports. But the thing I don't like about Sullivan, and we're talking about those we don't like now, is the fact that they haven't changed that. I think Gary and I was launching it on my phone the other day. I have Gary on the phone, and we were talking about OCR packages, and I launched that Sullivan Plus, and I could not, I had to accept all of the agreements, even the other ones that I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Those things should be optional. And so for that, I haven't been using Sullivan Plus ever since they introduced that type of behavior. I had written them. Of course, they wrote me back that they were going to change this, that this was only going to be in South Korea. But so far, nothing has happened. I think I need to reach out to those boys again.
Sullivan also has a light version, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, they do have a light version, but what we're talking about is the agreement.
The terms of service.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, you have to give it everything in the kitchen sink, and I don't think that's right.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
And you can't access the app if you don't accept the terms.
What did you not like in the terms, or was it just that they were so long that you objected?
It wants to use your data, send your data back to their home offices.
Yeah.
So that's not a good.
And I don't want that.
No, that's not good.
Yeah. Now, Fee, how about you? Do you use Lookout?
Well, no, to save you all the questions, really the only one I've used is Envision.
What's your star rating for it?
Oh, I'm only going to give it 3, I'm afraid, which is a shame because we had them on the podcast, didn't we?
Well, we have all of them on the podcast, and so that's
okay,
not
but they were on there when I
determinator.
was actually Lookout were on there as well. But I can't give it a rating because I haven't tried it.
But if you only give it a 3, then why haven't you tried anything else?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting, yeah. Exactly.
I used something else, a different app on a different system.
Something called Seeing AI on her iPhone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Let's not go there.
But if that was on Apple, if that was on Android, I would be so happy.
That's not coming. Keep on dreaming.
I know.
Who knows?
Hang on, sorry, just a moment. Sorry, folks. I'm not very well today. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll change it from a 3 to a 4 because it is free after all, and I don't think all of them are they? Lookout's free, of course.
Well, you don't have to give a rating because something is free. We're talking about usability.
Yeah, I know, but
don't let anyone make you change your mind. If it's a 3, it's a 3.
But part of usability is would you even use it if it's not free? Exactly. Probably not. So I don't think that's. I don't agree with you there, Warren. Sorry, mate.
Yes, I will use it if it's not free and it's usable. That's what I'm looking for. Definitely, I would.
If it's $100 and it doesn't do the job correctly, I don't know.
I wouldn't. I have to pay the gas bill, and over here, and gas in the UK, we mean gas for the heating, not for the cars.
Not petrol.
Yeah, not petrol, exactly.
Petrol, yes.
So, and at the moment, they're really expensive here, so I'm trying to save money wherever I can. A lot of us are here. So no, the fact that it's free has made me start using it again. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So, but I know what you mean about, I can't remember who said it now, about the buffering and the fact that, you move your product that you're trying to scan and it won't change. It'll still carry on with what it was saying before. And that's a bit irritating. So actually, 3. Sorry, Envision.
Okay, so for me, it boils down to I try all of them, because I'm the app junkie and I want to try all of them. There are things that, the underdogs actually tend to do good. But I know it's not everybody's that's going to be putting a bunch of different OCR packages on their phone. But I have all of those. And in my top ones, I think it will be Lookout. I'll give it a 4. in Vision, I'll also give it a 4 like Gary did. Super Sense, I will give Super Sense a 3. And the reason why is when I close out of Super Sense, I don't want it to partly reading what I had closed out of. You know, for example, if I'm reading something and I just exit, go home, I don't want it to keep reading that because I've closed you out. And that's my one beef with not Lookout, Super Sense. But other than that, I think it does a decent job, and it's one of those that came on earlier onto Android as well. Now for Speak, it's a shame, but I now give Speak a 2. For Ligier, though, Ligier is a decent app, and I think I probably put it on a 3. When it comes to Kaibo, I'll put it on a 2. ICANN, I'll put it on a 3. Audible Vision, I'll put it on a 3. And I think those are the ones that we have mentioned so far. So that will be it about that poll. And we'll put this up on our other groups. And next week, we'll crown somebody king for 2022.